I'm sick of not knowing what sulfur is.
She's sick of it. God damn it.
Sick of it. I don't want to live like this anymore. I feel like I'm living under a rock.
And I just think of The Little Mermaid and eels.
Right, so it's the darkness and the unknown, right?
Well, it's Ursula.
Oh, you're worried about those people. Disney villains coming to get you.
Miquita, if 10 years ago you told me I'm just going on a camping trip with my brother and my dad, first of all, I'd be like, what? Who are your brother and your dad? B,
What?
okay, Scotland, hiking, sure. This episode of Miss Me contains very strong language and adult themes.
Welcome to this holy space we call Listen Bitch. Everyone, get on your knees.
Oh, that's not very holy. Oh, yes, it is. Praying. Sorry, I was thinking of the other.
Yes, quite. Wow. Welcome to this holy space. Get on your knees for whatever reason you want and pray to Listen Bitch, to the gods of Listen Bitch, which are all of us, not just me and Lil. We're all gods in this space. Can I say this?
I don't know. BBC might not agree with you that we're all gods.
That's actually not true. The theme for this week's Listen Bitch is nature. Lil, do you want to do your appropriate sound effects of boredom for nature? You did quite a good one there. Yeah, that one.
Oh.
That's it. Lily's not excited. I really am. Let's see where we get to. Let's have our first question for this week's Listen Bitch.
Hey Lily and Miquita, love you both, yada yada yada. My name's Ellie, I'm from Ireland, but living in East London, out in your ends, Miquita. As an Irish girl, very used to my weekly routine, including a swim in the Irish Sea, a hike in nature, and living in London, it can be very difficult to get that. I feel like I need to escape at least once a month to go and touch some grass and remember who I am and remember the natural world. So 2 questions. 1, do Londoners feel this? I feel like you guys are built different. You're just city slickers and don't really feel the need for nature. And number 2, do you have any recommendations of great places to just get out of London and feel like you're in the middle of nowhere that are like an hour outside of the city? So I know like the Seven Sisters hike, Epping Forest, but any other cool ones that you can recommend? Thank you guys. Love you both. Keep being fucking cool.
The Seven Sisters hike. No, I've never heard of that.
I love her. I think we should be friends with her. But like, if she knows things like that.
Firstly, I just had to give respect at the top of that, like, love the show, yada, yada, yada.
Love you guys, yada, yada, yada. Very funny.
Love you.
Seven Sisters hike, I am interested in. Epping Forest is the forest near my mum's house.
You talked about that the other day, didn't you? Epping Forest, or was it a different forest?
Did I talk about the book I bought?
No, you talked about going for a walk with Theo and Marley and
Phoebe
that
and the
lot.
kids. Yeah, that lot. I bought a book called Epping Forest by this weird guy called like Bob something, and it's like him and his dog. Oh no, wait, it's here. Here it is. I'm never too far.
Oh my God, a chance would have it.
No, literally, I'm never too far from this book now. Bob Mitchell's Epping Forest. Epping Forest Companion. This book.
Did you know that question was going to be asked?
No, it's just we're talking about nature and magic has arrived.
That's so weird.
So this is great. This book is about like the ancient history of Epping Forest, and this guy has lived all around.
I'm already in the Twilight Zone. What the fuck is going on? How can someone just call in and be like, have you heard of what? And then you'd be like, actually, I'm right here. I've got 2 books and one of them is on that. Weird.
Would you like to talk about the change in April 1991 in Epping Forest? Sure. Let's talk about that. No, my mum was like, what is this book, McKeon? I said, I got it in the Oxfam the other day. And she was like, I'm going to leave you in here with your weird friends. And I had a great time reading it. But this man has lived all around Epping Forest and Hollow Ponds for like 35 years. And he talks about the change. He talks about the ancient history, but then the change. When you read about a park or a forest or a place of nature and then go into it, there's something else where you understand it in a different way. When I know about the history of the trees and who used to hunt here and all the secret little ancient things that are still within it and why certain parts of it look a certain way because of weather changes and historical changes. I just found it fascinating. Epping Forest is a huge one for me, but I really think I'd be an amazing person if I got up and swam in like in water every day, like wild swimming every day, like the lady was saying she used to do. And I think I actually go on like I'm that person. I'm like, yeah, I love wild swimming, and I've actually never really done it, but I think it would really benefit my life. Imagine, I had an ex-boyfriend, his dad used to go and swim in the ponds every morning in Hampstead. He had a great life.
I just see this as a dilemma because I know how much you'd love living in London, where obviously the answer to this is like go and live in the Lake District and, swim away every day.
I might just do that.
But that's not going to happen because you would have a nervous breakdown after about 17 minutes.
I'll be like, I miss Ladbroke Grove. No, but that's why I'm just going to buy a country house. Thanks.
It's not something that crosses my mind that often, the thought of like having to be in nature. However, when I find myself in and amongst it, I'm very appreciative of it, I can get quite overwhelmed by the sort of vastness of it all. I think I like it when things are like massive.
You like awe-inspiring nature, don't you?
I like to maybe there's something about, having sort of like imposter syndrome and feeling quite small and like I never really quite fit in, and then being in the vastness of nature, it's like, yeah, see, I knew it.
Knew what?
Like I am
an ant.
We are just insignificant. Like
yes,
this is like massive, and we get all in our head about the stupid minutiae of day-to-day life. And it's something that I felt when I go to Africa and have been on safari as well. Like when you like come across in the morning like a fresh kill of like a pride of lions or whatever, you're just like, I can't believe this shit is just like going on while, I'm like...
I know, while you're like in London worrying about some fucking thing and you're like, hang on, there are like elephants.
Like worrying about my bags coming on the conveyor belt at the airport. It's like, there is real fucking shit going on. Ow, that really hurt. I still haven't been to the hospital to get my hand fixed and I just punched it. Yeah, anyway, next question.
Hi, Lily and Miquita. My name is Josh, and I'm actually from South Wales. I was wondering, is there a part of nature that you're afraid of? For example, for me, it's the dark woods. You don't really know what's there. I also might be afraid of like wild animals, anything like that. Thank you.
Oh, short and sweet, Josh. Yes, woods at night. You got to be fucking joking. I think that's what it is.
Woods at night.
I can't with the countryside at nighttime. It's terrifyingly silent. And for me, I just feel like there are rapists and murderers behind every tree. Naima, like the Cherry side of the family, are Swedish and they have a house in the middle of nowhere. Naima goes there on her own for weeks. And there's like sometimes no internet. I'm like, what? Naima, at nighttime, she's like, it's peaceful. Peaceful? It's like, I feel like you're bait, waiting there to be eaten and hunted. But that's obviously my stuff and my fear. But it comes alive in the countryside. And actually, my mum has it too. So I understand why she can't be in the countryside at night.
Generational trauma.
Generational trauma. Totally passed on. Straight. Direct.
Sorry, I've just spotted a box of Jaffa cakes and it's distracted me somewhat.
You can go get one.
I will in a minute. After I've talked to you about my fear of the sea.
Yeah. And you weren't even in the tsunami.
Hate the sea.
Hate the sea.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I obviously we've talked about my fear of jellyfish, but also I don't like when you go for a swim in the sea and it's all blue, everything's nice, you can see everything very clearly, lovely, 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 and then suddenly you're on top of a black bit.
Yes.
And
you like, don't know what's underneath.
And I just think of The Little Mermaid and eels.
Right, so it's the darkness and the unknown, right?
Well, it's Ursula and her gang.
Oh, you're worried about those people. Disney villains coming to get you.
It's the real Ursula and like the eels and, just like scary sea things.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Also, she's just a cruel mistress, Like that bitch will swallow you up. And by that, I just mean like the sea. Those people that sail across the Atlantic in a one-man boat. It's like, why? For why would you do that?
I thought you were talking about
Looks
Ursula.
absolutely fucking terrifying.
Yes, because Ursula's not a cruel mistress. She's actually deeply misunderstood. If we want to go there, which we will when we do Disney villains for Little Bitch. She's not a bad one. But definitely you can't trust the sea. You can't trust it. You know what I can't do? I can't go, even in the shallow bit, like by the beach, I can't lay in the sea and have my ears under the water and then you just hear the sea.
Yeah.
I panic, like I literally go, and Tyson and Sasha, when we were in Ibiza, they were like, let's all hold hands and just go under and just listen to the sea. I was like that. They had to like literally hold me and be like, it's going to be okay. We're also 5 meters from the beach. But it's just it's the size, isn't it? It's the size and the unknown.
Unpredictability.
And
tides, and it's just scary shit.
But you know that we're trying to do this family holiday to Antigua, right? For Theo's birthday. And
aren't we not supposed to talk about that?
No, he knows now. Surprise is over. And well, obviously when you and the kids and like Phoebe and the kids and Theo and his kid and everyone being there. And there's something about the Caribbean Sea, Lil, it's very calm. And it's healing. Everyone in the Caribbean, in Antigua, has what they call a sea bath every morning. And it's basically like wild swimming, where you get up and you go to the sea, and that's where you kind of start your morning. My great-grandmother, Mama, used to have a sea bath naked every day. And she was a great woman and lived a good life. So I think we can change your relationship with the sea in Antigua, because it's so beautiful there. And we can go swimming with turtles.
I don't think so, babe. I think I come from like a seafaring family. My granddad was a submariner. My other granddad worked in the dockyards. Like everyone, yeah. My family have got like a naval background. I absolutely just don't fucks with that.
We are so sorting this out because that is so true. What a weird opposing thing going on. Okay, we'll sort that out. We'll sort out your love of the sea.
I don't need to. I know what I like, and I'll just continue to explore those things. I don't. What do you mean we're going to sort this out? I don't want to be bobbing around in the middle of an ocean, like confronting my fear. I don't need to.
Yes, you do. When Mom and I went swimming with turtles, they give you goggles, obviously, and then you have this machine. I don't know what it's called, but it's got an engine, and you take yourself down to the bottom of the ocean.
Sea Bob. I've done that.
Oh, okay. Because once I did that, I was like, I kind of think I know what's down there more, and I'm not so scared of it. And it was freeing. I don't like deep ocean either.
Well, I did do a scuba diving course in Brazil with my dad when I was like, I want to say 11 or 12. I got my paddy card, but he took us without realizing that it was winter in Brazil. And so the visibility in the sea was like half a foot in front of our face. So it was basically like learning how to do something in darkness.
No.
But in contrast to that, I do absolutely love, and I'm at my most relaxed, snorkeling. I love snorkeling.
What?
I just don't like the deep sea.
Okay, we'll do some shallow snorkeling.
I like a little coral reef, you know.
Okay, I'll do that with you. That's fun.
I'll follow some little fishies around, but if I see a jellyfish, I'm fucking out of there. They've got apps now where you can see where the jellyfish are. Did you know that?
No.
There's an app called like Medusa or something, and it shows you all across Europe like what beaches have got jellyfish there that day.
Are you this scared of them?
Yeah, they're fucking horrible.
I've never encountered one, so I don't know what to be afraid of, but I'll add it to the list.
Yeah.
Things to be scared of in the sea. I don't want to see a jellyfish or be stung by one. All right, why don't you ask for the next question? You seafaring naval mistress?
No.
Whatever.
I'll have another question, please.
Hi Lily, hi Miquita. I'm with my dad.
Hi Lily and Miquita.
And we love the podcast and we're huge fans. My question about nature is, what is your favourite type of nature that inspires you? Like when you go for a rainy walk, do you feel more inspired to create? Or is it more like a sunny day will really get the creative energy flowing? Personally, I love a rainy swim, and so does my dad. So yeah, really excited to hear. Love you both, love the podcast, and keep doing what you're doing because you're amazing.
That is so sweet. What about like a clear, like I find the sky very inspiring.
Do you?
I really do. And like when I lived in my last flat, because I was the top floor, every other balcony, the balcony above it was the roof of that balcony, but mine had nothing above me. And Brimmy came around and went, there's almost too much sky. It's a bit overwhelming. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I do have a sort of an immense amount of sky in my view. I suppose you do too now that you live high up. Being high up and being close to the sky makes me feel like very, very powerful and excited about what I can create. That's why I always like living high up. I like to touch the sky. Sky's the limit, all that shit. Sky's the limit and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want. Like that is just such a nice sentiment from Biggie that I take into my heart every day. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, I wish I could say I'm inspired by nature, but I'm just not.
Okay, totally fine. I wish I could say I was inspired by nature, but I'm just not.
Do you know what I am inspired by? Jaffa cakes. Bye! Come back in a second.
Let's have a little break. Let's have a Jaffa break. Remember, you can listen to every single episode of Miss Me or Listen Bitch on BBC Sounds. There's been quite a few now. Quite a few.
Yes, on last week's episode, we covered Oasis. We delved back into abortions, because why not? And also women in positions of power and how the world deals with that.
Just to balance it out a bit.
Hello, Miss Me viewers. I'm Roman Kemp.
And I'm Tom Grennan, and we're dropping in to introduce you to You About.
Each week we have very unfiltered conversations about the sort of stuff we usually say for our group chat.
Join us for our weekly conversation, otherwise known as a podcast. Catch it on BBC Sounds.
Welcome back to Listen Bitch, the nature episode. Turning out to be quite a turnout for the books.
You're so pleased with yourself.
Now, Lily, the particular biscuit that you're eating had a marketing campaign that really resonated, and weirdly, me and Phoebe were talking about it the other day.
It's just an episode of coincidences. The Epping Forest book, and
That's what happens when you have nature as the theme. And she reminded, well, we're all remembering the beautiful advert of full moon, half moon, total eclipse. So you can do it. How much you got left? Half moon?
Half moon.
Oh my God, it really does look like a half moon. And now, Lily?
Total eclipse.
Total eclipse.
Was that for that brand of biscuit?
Yeah, man.
Cake. Sorry.
Yes, well, is it a cake or is it a biscuit?
Have we talked about the tax association?
With Jaffa cakes?
I believe that there is a confectionery tax or a biscuit tax, and the reason they got renamed Jaffa Cakes was to avoid that tax.
That's some deep shit. We're going to do biscuits for Listen Bitch then.
Also, I believe that, I did see this on the internet this week, not really nature associated, but there is a popular shop, I wouldn't call it a supermarket, I don't know why, because it kind of is, released a strawberries and cream sandwich. And they are in a tax dispute because...
My mum was talking about this.
Because they put it in a sandwich, it's not classed as confectionery. And so therefore they're saying that they don't have to pay a certain tax on it. But the government is saying it is because it doesn't have any like savoury attributes and is not nutritious in that way and should not be classed as just like normal food.
Wow. Save this gold for Listen Bitch biscuits.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Absolutely fascinating.
It is, thank you.
I wish I had more language at my disposal. My brain literally cannot work and I can't talk.
Yeah, but you've been doing... We're both basically, I think, PMSing and have fog brain at the same time. So, lucky listeners. Let's have another question for... I can't even fucking remember the theme. Nature. Jesus.
Hey Lily and Miquita, I'm Eve, I'm from Plymouth. I was wondering if either of you think you could live off-grid for a year, and would you do it if you had to?
No fucking way. No fucking way. Actually, it depends how depressed I was.
Shut up. You just balked at the idea that Neymar had to go to a, luxury cabin in the middle of Sweden without Wi-Fi. There's no way in hell that you are living off-grid for a year.
No.
Absolutely no fucking way.
But I thought they meant just no social media. Absolutely. But You mean like no phones and no communication and contact?
I think it means electricity.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh my God, it's like living off the land. I've thought about this. Maybe in my 50s.
Hot water. No,
I know, but I might just fucking give it all up in my 50s after I've built certain things. You know, when I used to live on that river, I just see these people on their boats and they seem so happy. I was like, I could do that. And that doesn't have electricity, does it? A barge. I could live on a barge in my 50s. And like on an allotment, on a piece of land where I grew my own vegetables, made my own electricity happen and water. Yeah, I think I could do that, but not this decade. That's my answer. I think you could.
Oh, okay. You think you'll find it harder later in life? Later in life.
Easier because I'll just apply all this like pressure and intensity, not apply it, lose it, and then go and I'll probably be seeking some calm. By 50, I will have been working for like 35 years. I'll really need a break from it all, I think, by then. And I think I'd be really happy to like not look in a mirror, not be on a camera, not come up with any ideas.
I'm calling bullshit on this. Absolute bullshit. Not happening.
Or I'll just buy a very nice country house with the internet.
More likely.
And solar panels.
I love that Miquita's like, you've spent the last year or however long we've been doing this podcast saying how much you want to like build your brand and become like,
that's it.
You know, Mrs. Successful Business Pants. And then what is going to happen? You're going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to go and live in a tent with no mirrors. Yeah. No phone. Fuck all those millions that I've just made.
I'll be using the millions to like kick back a bit, and I'll just make sure that everything's in place, that our community work is still happening. And I'll be like, I'm out for a bit, thanks. She only said a year. Just a year. You don't know me as well as you think you do.
Please.
Okay. Now I know you, and I think you could do this. Yeah, I think you probably could. No, I think you'd need attention and adoration.
Yeah, but that's fine. I think you could still get that on grid, off grid even.
Like in real life, from like a real person.
Yeah, I'd like create it in my own little like off grid community. I'd still be the center of attention. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry, babes.
Okay, so just transfer.
I know how to cause a scene. Okay?
Even in my off-grid community.
Mrs. Commotion over here, don't you worry about it.
I take that shit with me. Let's have another question. Nature is taking us to all kinds of places, isn't it?
Hi Lily and Miquita, I'm Sophia from Preston, and I was just wondering, what are your thoughts on nature versus nurture? Do you think people are born the way they are, or are they influenced by their environment and what's around them?
I love all these snappy questions today. Well, what do you mean? Because also with people you have that, because Garfield, my stepdad, has raised me since I was 11, and I am turning into him with my hair and my love of a good Sunday paper, and he loves racket sports. I love racket sports. We both like cycling a lot on our bikes. I'm getting pretty close to becoming Garfield at the moment, now that I'm living with him as well. Mirroring energy. And I think that is because he's looked after me for so long. Like Aaron's given you a lot of love. We've had good stepdads.
Yes, but he came into my life when I was my frontal lobe was pretty developed, I think, at that point.
Yeah. Yes.
I believe in nurture as the concept, you know. I think there are things that we all do as a species for sure, or I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would like it's society and the environment definitely plays a role for sure in how people turn out.
Environment. My environment's so crazy right now.
Yeah, but you're an adult, babe.
But what was my environment when I was growing up? Well, actually, yeah. Like I was taught, I suppose the things I was taught are really inherently fucking in me. Like community and a hatred of gentrification and unkindness to certain parts of my community. I was taught that very early in Ladbroke Grove. And I do feel very passionate about it. Let's have a penultimate question.
Penultimate question, please.
Hi Lily and Miquita, this is Alice. I am 38. I am from a little town called Shrewsbury, which is in a big county called Shropshire. I now live in Merseyside on the Wirral. I am really enjoying being back in a place where I have access to lots of nature. My grandpa passed away recently and I was like, I can't just sit here and be a normal person for the day. After receiving this news, like I just need to get out. And me and my partner went on this beautiful, like long 5-hour walk across the Wirral. And I honestly just think that walk really helped me process that news. And I often turn to nature when I really need to think about something or forget about something. So yeah, I just wondered if you ever turn to nature to heal wounds or process, or maybe what you use nature for.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, I went out to the forest to ask the trees a question the other day, and they answered me.
Okay.
Phoebe has this idea that trees touch you, you don't touch them. So if you like put your hands by some hanging leaves of a big tree and you say like, talk to me. Sorry, not touch you, talk to you by touching you. And it really does happen. If you put your energy around a tree, it will sort of shake and move and like gravitate towards you. And it does feel very magical. And I mean, my question wasn't, I mean, you were going through something as difficult as losing your grandfather. I had a somewhat more trivial experience, but I was asking for answers and I fucking got them. And I did what they told me and it was good. Yeah. And then I text that person. It's ridiculous. So yeah, thanks, Forrest, for that. But I imagine if I was going through some grief, the first place I would want to be would be outside near the energy of the woods. Where do you go, Lil? Hyde Park? What's your favourite green space in London?
I like a canal.
Okay.
But that's man-made.
Yeah, which we learned early.
Yeah, favourite green space in London.
Because we are so lucky with parks. In New York, I have to say, there is only Central Park and then Washington Square Park, right?
Yeah, I like Hampstead Heath. I like Regent's Park.
We have such good ones.
Oh, you know what? When I was a kid, Harry used to take us to Richmond, and that is like a whole... When you get to Richmond Park, it's like a whole other... You're like, sorry, dear? What?
Yeah.
We're in London. What are you talking about?
Okay. We go on the overground. Dear.
Just a doe crossing the road. Yeah, it's pretty mental. I like Richmond. I remember there was a really specific tree that me and my brother used to like to climb when we were kids, and Harry took us to Richmond Park.
Let's have our final question.
Hi Lily and Miquita, my name's Jack and I'm from Sheffield. If you could be any element of nature, could be a tree, a river or a mountain, what would you be and why?
Oh, gold. Gold.
I'd be gold.
Oh, I'd so fucking be a river. I'd so be a river. Remember, I told you that I told you an incorrect Bruce Lee quote about water, which I won't get wrong again today. But I went to look at water the other day and it's just like, oh, heal me up. Why don't you? And when we were in Scotland, me and Mum, filming last summer, when we were at the Falls of Fure and saw those like salmon swimming upstream, like it's unbelievable, Lily. Like we're talking about like ancient rock formations with this water that is like pummeling down in one direction, and these salmon just come out of nowhere and go upstream and then you never see them again. Like they're strong and it's like just incredible to watch. And I just thought the way this water moves, like that, I actually felt I think it is because of my ancestors, but when I was in Scotland, every time I was near a body of water, when we went to all the lochs, particularly Loch Ness.
Yeah, you loved all of those. Yeah, you loved that.
I loved it.
You loved your Scottish natural roots.
Totally. And I told you, my uncle was like, do you like hill walking? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, that's the Bailey.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's why I'm going to the Highlands with my dad and my brother. Because I'm like, let's see this shit.
I'm excited for you for that trip. I feel like there's going to be lots of healing done there.
Right? Would you ever think that I would go to the Highlands with my dad and my brother?
Miquita, if 10 years ago you told me I'm just going on a camping trip with my brother and my dad, first of all, I'd be like, what?
Who
are your brother and your dad? A. B,
Where?
Okay, Scotland. Hike, sure. It's about as likely as you living off grid for a year. But anyway, I'm glad that all panned out. It's very nice. Did he ask us what element we would be, or
Yeah.
what, like as in on the periodic table? And also, is he asking what we feel we are, or how other people see us?
God, I don't think he got into it that much. It was quite a short question. I suppose it's up to your interpretation.
I don't know. I feel like, well, I don't know.
You can say it.
Or arsenic.
Arsenic? I suppose these things are all elements. You are going a bit periodic table. Do you know your periodic table?
No.
Oh, because I did not get that one in school, and I was like, I can't believe anyone in the world will ever understand this table. And I wish I'd stayed for that class. I think it's a really important one to know.
I don't think it would take you that long to learn it, to be honest.
I could study it still.
If you sat down, it'd probably take you one day. Probably take you an afternoon.
I could do that. I think it would be really important.
If I can learn like 20 pages of dialogue a day, then you can sit down and look at the periodic table.
I think I will.
I challenge you.
I'm sick of not knowing, like, what sulfur is.
She's sick of it. God damn it.
Sick of it. I don't want to live like this anymore. It's bullshit. I feel like I'm living under a rock behind a mask. So we could do it for Listen Bitch. Okay, I'll study it and we'll do it for Listen Bitch and the whole world can test me.
No, we're not doing the periodic table for Listen Bitch. That's not going to get...
No, you know what we're doing at the end of this lovely episode of Nature, which I fucking really enjoyed. Thank you, everyone. Really good questions.
Hang on. It's my choice.
Oh, yeah. What element are you, babe?
No, it's my choice to choose what the episode is, yeah.
Yeah, but please, can it be biscuits or blowjobs? So that's your decision making.
It could be both.
Biscuits and blowjob. No. We've got years more of Listen Bitches to do. We need to really spread them out. Biscuits or blowjobs? What do you want in this hot summer? What do you want to talk about? Don't think about it too much. Biscuits or blowjobs?
No, you've backed me into a corner.
Blowjob corner. You've set me up in a blowjob corner.
You backed me into a corner. This is abuse. No, we were talking about something else, and I was like, that would be a good subject matter, and now I can't fucking remember what it is. Oh yeah, okay. I will say that next week's episode of Listen Bitch is Personal Hygiene.
Okay, you stinky bitch. We'll do personal hygiene.
You are one to talk.
I know.
Jesus Christ. I'm actually... Oh, that makes me so angry.
No, I mean, personal hygiene it is. But then we'll do blowjobs, yes?
Sure.
Okay. The theme for next week's Listen Bitch is personal hygiene.
Woo-hoo!
You can get in touch on 08000 30 40 90, 08000 30 40 90. We will see you then for a little scrub down. Bye-bye.
Bye.